Hi, this is Frode, and welcome to the second part of the 5 big ideas from the Willpower Instinct. If you haven't watched part 1, I encourage you to first go watch that video, but if you just want to watch this part, I still hope I can provide you with some valuable ideas. And the second big idea is meditation. If you have been working out regularly, you have probably noticed how your muscles get bigger and stronger over time. The same thing happens with your mind when you meditate regularly. Of course, your brain won't just expand infinitely until it explodes your head. But a study has shown that after 11 hours, researchers found out that the meditators had increased neural connection in the parts of their brain that corresponds to increased focus and better self-control. And after 8 weeks of daily meditation, the meditators' brain areas that corresponds to self-awareness had become stronger, and it had developed more gray matter. The brain actually grows with meditation. You get a finely tuned willpower machine. And have you ever noticed that voice in your head that says you can procrastinate on your most important projects? Or that you don't have to work out today? Josh Kaufman talks about how you can separate yourself from this voice in his book The Personal MBA. Meditation is a simple practice that can help you separate you from the voice in your head. There is nothing mystical or magical about meditation. You simply breathe and watch what your monkey mind does without associating yourself with it. After a while, the voice becomes quieter, improving your ability to keep yourself on the course you choose. Practicing meditation is simple. Just set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes, sit down and close your eyes, focus on breathing slowly in and out, and whenever your attention, thoughts wander, you just bring your focus back to your breath. Remember that you don't have to get completely rid of your thoughts, because nobody is able to do that, so you don't have to stress yourself out if you find it hard to focus. As Kelly says, meditation is not about getting rid of all your thoughts. It's learning not to get so lost in them that you forget what your goal is. Don't worry if your focus isn't perfect when meditating. Just practice coming back to the breath again and again. And if you start meditating daily, you will notice drastic improvements in your self-awareness and self-control over the long run. The third big idea is terror management. In the book, Kelly talks about how she made the major mistake of watching the evening news. The opening story was about a failed terrorist bomb plot in the United States, followed by a missile attack overseas, and the arrest of a young man for murdering his ex-girlfriend. Just before the break, the news anchor promised Kelly to tell her about the surprising things she eats every day that can give her cancer. And then the show turned to a car commercial. These are not very pleasant news. And according to terror management theory, we humans are naturally terrified when we get reminded of our own deaths. It triggers a panic response in our brains. And we may not be aware of this response. It could just be a free-floating sense of discomfort, making us reach out for our security blankets, in other words, cupcakes, pizzas, and bags of cookies. As Kelly says, whenever we are reminded of our mortality, say every 29 seconds on the nightly news, it triggers a panic response in the brain. We aren't always aware of it. The anxiety may be just below the surface, creating a free-floating sense of discomfort without our knowing why. I almost quit watching the news altogether, because 99.99% of it I can't do anything about, and it won't affect my life whatsoever. So instead I save a lot of my time, and I protect myself more from the panic response of getting reminded of my own death. Now, I'm not saying that you should become a hermit, avoiding all news, but Kelly recommends that you take a 24-hour break from all TV news, talk radio, magazines and other websites that profit from your fear. I believe that you will find this very freeing, and I promise that the world won't end without you getting notified about all the bad things that happens around the world. If you like part 2 of the 5 big ideas from the Willpower Instinct, I encourage you to also watch part 3, which is the last part. There I deliver the ideas, what the hell, and self-compassion. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.